Welcome to Power, Seasons 5, Episode 7, The Devil Inside recap. Now, as this season starts off, it started off pretty slow in developing these pieces to get here. This is the guilty pleasure. Now, all the things that you liked about Power is in this episode. But right now, he just found out that the lawyer who they need, Tasha's going to go over and make sure that he lies for them, and their fate is in his hands. Basically, he's the determining factor in this case for them, and he needs to lie to cover Tasha's alibi. So now they're in a situation. They're stuck because Tasha made a mistake in telling the police that the person that could, exonerate her is a lawyer. Ghost and Angela, well, mostly Ghost, he don't feel the that he could trust that he's going to do the right thing, meaning Silver. He knows him. Now, he keeps continuously bashing Tasha and badgering her to go to the police. So she finally admits it was Tyree that did the shooting, because he's hell bent on still believing that it was James St. Patrick that did it. When clear it was not Ghost, it was Tyreek. So she tells him the truth, and now she wants him to believe it. Now Ghost putting the move back on Angela as they go over things that happened in the past. And for you horny people that love to watch this is what you want. The love episode, where both Ghosts and Angela are doing their thing, and Tasha and this lawyer is getting it on. Well, this is the side piece distraction show to show everybody's right where they want them to be. Well, Donovan finds out that they're putting Angela in this investigation. And then he ends up tipping in and warning her, even though it's against his goodwill nature, but she did save his life. So he feels indebted. As anybody should know, Mercedes Rue owns this character, playing the wife of Teresi. As she's always known, since Tommy has poked his head around, she already knew about the affair years ago. Just like women are, they already know. Men are very stupid. I mean, Tommy just keeps popping up at the house. It didn't take her too much to figure out that Tommy was his son. So she ended up being happy with it. The situation that when she passes, she would have some family left. But she's like, don't be stupid and send him to jail. And back to the undeveloped character scene. We have Jason, the boss from Chicago, the Serbian, who's there to get his money from Tommy, but still wants his port and believes since the Jimenez were locked up that they're probably ratting on his organization since they got out so fast. So he needs something to happen right away. And right away means like the timetable is up. And if they didn't come with the money, they would already have been dead. But he already gave him this $2 million clean, legit. So let's see where it goes from here. So Kanan already knows Ghost is up to one of his moves. So he sends Kanan to go kill the Jimenez. He knew where he's going to be, because he said he knows my face. He will never see you coming. So he's sending Kanan because he actually knows he can't really trust Dre in this situation where Dre knows where he's going to be and Dre not take advantage. If Kanan gets killed, Kanan gets killed. Ghost is very smart and calculative about what's happening here. And Kanan don't know fully what's happening, but he's with that. Because he's thinking, this is exactly the end I need to get in to take Tommy's Connect and get in with Jason and work with the Serbians. Because that's what he wants to do. Sax puts the screws to try to get Proctor to give them information on Angela, somebody they don't represent. because they think she's trying to cover up a murder. So he gets him back reinstated as a lawyer, which was going to happen anyway, because all he was going to have to do was sue the department because they had nothing on him. They still haven't gotten to that laptop yet. You might not see that until the end of this season or next season, but they're really milking that laptop. Ghost throws Terry Silver in her face as she tells him that Terry is gonna do it. She got him all under control. Everything is good. Ghost just still don't trust it. Now, Tate comes in to fire Ghost and kick him off the project because he feels he's not best for his interests. He's going to give him all his money back and he wants him off the project ASAP. Angela's working on her own out. She's finding a new position at a new office, seemingly for herself, but she's looking for something closer where she could stay by. So she wants to know if there's anything available that they could take. So she's setting up her options as she realizes that she's basically being investigated. They're on to her and time is running short. She's getting her options in a row. So they have a great family bonding moment as Tommy and Teresi and their partner, they start going to work here on the guy that works for him. Don't think the guy behind him or his number one sidekick, Teresi's boy, is going to forget the fact that he chose to kill him instead of Tommy, the son he barely knew. That will come back to play. You can almost guarantee that it'll come back around. That won't just get breezed over the way it did. So they join themselves in a family, homicide. To basically further their bond, as Tommy tells him about every crime he's ever did in his life, to Teresi him, just really perjuring himself as he's let go all boundaries of ambition of thinking this could go left. He's totally all aboard. In one of the best scenes of the movie, Tommy is having dinner with Kate, Mercedes Rue's character, with William Sadler playing Teresi. This is one of the best scenes of the episode. And as this happens, Tommy's real mother shows up, and man, it went down. The mom shows up, and it goes up, and Kate shows up there, and then Teresi's wife drops a bomb. She said, "You heard my son. Go." Tells Kate like that he's my son now. Like, yeah, I already know about Tommy. I know Tommy's his son. Yep, so can't hold that against me. You heard my son. Go. Wow. That's the wrong thing to say to somebody who's the mother of the child. She went off. Ghost make a usual Ghost mistake, thinking that he could go and scare Silver into making his deal, which only made things worse. And while Silver gave Tasha his word, now he thinks that he did not know that Ghost knew about the situation. Ghost knowing about it could make problems for him with the ethics committee. So now he feels compelled to get ahead of the situation and probably run to the authorities first before he would be extorted by Ghost. So Ghost just made the situation a lot worse. Undeveloped character Keisha is now officially Tommy's girl, as what she wanted to be all along. Instead of a side piece, she wants to be something official. And Andre's first payment to the mob boss, Diego. He also sets up a party for him where he comes along with his bodyguard with some freaky girls because he know what Diego likes. Diego, mob boss, agrees to all of this to go in there with just him and his bodyguard. Dre lays it out for 2-Bit The whole plan. Like, look, we're going to take out Tommy's connect so that we could take it over, but I want Ghost to get killed. Once Ghost do that, I want y'all to be there. So when Ghost do the hit, y'all drop Ghost. Well, in the undeveloped character scene, Keisha exposes some facts to Tasha that she didn't know, that Teresi is the father. Well, she never says his name, but she says Tommy has a father. And Tasha always knew his father to be dead. She was never told Teresi is actually Tommy's father. Everybody ends up telling Kanan everything. He's always the piece that's in the way. So he finds out that they were going to take out the Serbian hit, and that's bad for him. That's bad for Kanan. But Kanan's doing the hit and not Ghost. So he already knows they're not 2-bits and them not finna take him out. So now he knows I got them by the brain. This whole operation is going to be mine. He's going to run it all. Teresi, who's fallen in love with his son Tommy, wants to roll on Ghost for the hit on Charlie Murphy in prison and give him that. And he's willing to testify to send Ghost away. Tyree is ready to become a full-time hustler as he's learning the game from Kanan, who taught Tommy and Ghost. So we'll see what happens. Angela was having thoughts of having Mock killed by Tommy. But she came to her senses, and she comes up with another idea instead of having Tommy, the boogeyman, put the whack down on John Mock. Angela wants Mock to be her friend as she offers Mock a job in Washington. Something that he always wanted, the big, huge promotion. Tasha walks into an empty apartment. Looks like that Fresh Prince episode. Everything's gone. Silver is completely moved out. Gave Tasha her check back for representation. Told her he was sorry. And he is gone, which was going to create a whirlwind of problems. Ghost extorts his way back as he finds out Councilman Tate has been skimming from the top, and he's not only back on there when he becomes governor, that this project will be his number one concern. Tate does not like being under the thumb of Ghost, but this is going to develop into a bigger problem next season. In the most unbelievable scene in the entire film, Diego Jimenez walks in with his trusted compadre and going there looking for some women. Walks into a set where there's no one there. There's some champagne. There's some chains and whips set up. You're a mob boss and you walk into this situation. This is the most unlikely thing ever to happen in the history of film. Period. It just makes zero sense to me. They open the door, and behind door number 2 is Kanan. Lays both guys down as soon as they open the door. A mob boss walks into a cheap setup like this. This is what happens when you have lack of episodes and you got to speed the plot along. This is something I didn't like. 2-Bit makes his move that they are siding and rolling with Kanan, where he gets to be the number 2 behind somebody he trusts. Kanan goes back and gets promised as he brings Diego's head to the Serbian and says, we got to leave because there's a hit coming out on you right now. I got to move you out of here. We got to move right now. Because Diego the Jimenez is sending a hitter over to get him as they speak. So he tells him, if you get rid of Tommy and Ghost, and he's like, they're going to get rid of each other. So this is where we at now. Dre shows up in surprise that the hitter isn't there.